Hello, teachers, and welcome to part 3 of our Realize the Dream Community Service series. In this video, we're going to talk about step 2 of the campaign guide, which walks your students through planning how they want to take action on the issue that they have identified as a class. And remember, this campaign guide is created to go along with our lesson packages, so don't forget to use that as a resource in your students' action planning as well. The action plan worksheet of the campaign guide can be collaborated on in small groups or as a whole class. If done in small groups, you could have each group present their ideas to the class and then decide on which idea your class wants to do as a whole. Whichever approach works best for you as a teacher is what we encourage you to choose, but allowing your students to be a part of the planning process is a way to empower them to take leadership and ownership of the impact they are about to make on their communities, as well as giving them the opportunity to build skills such as collaboration, problem solving, and empathy and compassion. Here to tell us more about giving students ownership over this planning process is our teacher friend, Dr. Kristen One, who is the teacher advisor for her Free the Children Club at her high school. Let's listen in as she tells us how it works.
So we have an executive board that's made up of somewhere between 6 to 7 members. Basically, the way that we kind of structure our meetings is we have each of the e-board members has their own role. So we have a president, we have a vice president, we have a secretary, we have an internal and external communications, then we have a social media, marketing and advertising. So each of them kind of have their own role in what they are going to be bringing to our e-board meeting. And then as a full e-board, we kind of focus on the campaign. So for example, the first campaign that we're running right now, we're working with Cradles for Crayons and we're working with hygiene projects. Just hygiene in general to get kids started off feeling their best and looking their best for a new school year. And so we've been working with them. And so each person has been like, okay, so our social media and marketing is talking about like, how do we push this out to our members? How do we push this out to the whole school? Our internal and external communications. External is the one who kind of finds these community partners that we can work with. So they're working outside of the school to kind of figure out like where we meet with these people, what their requirements are for donations and things like that. Internal works with other clubs in our school who maybe are like-minded service clubs who might want to get involved with us. And then our secretary does all of our like note keeping, attendance and things like that. And then our vice president and president really like run the meeting. So we kind of pick them for their roles based on their interviews. And then the president and vice president will come with an agenda to the meeting that they run by me ahead of time. And then that agenda is for them to run throughout the meeting with their e-board members. And so it's pretty much them just talking and I kind of sit to the side and just kind of listen and maybe give them like, that teacher feedback that they might not think about, if they're talking about how do we get them introducing themselves to each other, we talk about some strategies that I might use in the classroom and things like that. One that we actually just introduced last year, the kids came up with this one. We have like a club who does kind of works on environmental impact and stuff like that. They came and spoke at our club meeting about upcycling and recycling and fast fashion. And then we had all the students bring in old t-shirts or fast fashion objects that they don't use anymore. And then we showed them how to like cut them and then make them into a dog toy. And then we gave all the dog toys to like the dog shelter in our local community. That they're like, we saw this on TikTok that you can do this and we want to teach it to all the kids in the club. And it was, who doesn't love to go to the little dog store and see the puppies play? Like they're just so excited being like, that was my t-shirt, and they can teach that to their friends and stuff like that. So that's another really fun one that we've been doing.
Thank you so much, Dr. One, for sharing about your amazing work with your Free the Children Club. If any of you are interested in starting a service club or even a Realize the Dream Club at your school, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're always happy to help with that sort of thing as well. But for now, we hope to see you in the next video of our series, which is all about taking action on your action plan. We can't wait to see you there. Bye-bye for now.